Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sam. Subscribe and join the fam. Today I really wanted to talk about the difference in my life, my career, just in general about nursing. Inpatient versus outpatient. I did just get home from work, so my hair is absolutely insane from being up all day. I look rough, I'm tired, but it's just was on my mind on the way home. And I also watched Ashley Taylor's video earlier today about her changing nursing jobs and just how mentally exhausting it can be. So I wanted to give my input. So if you are new here, I graduated nursing school with my bachelor's in December of 2021. I worked at a big main hospital in Michigan, and I worked on the inpatient oncology and hospice floor. I worked there as an extern and a tech before I became an RN as well. That's why I kind of wanted to stay up there. It was comfortable, I kind of knew what I was doing, I knew the people, and I still don't, but I didn't exactly know what I wanted to do, so I figured it was a good place to start and to learn. So I was up there for, until September, so 9 months as a nurse, and then I quit and I found an outpatient job at an infusion clinic and took that job instead. So I broke my new grad nursing contract, which was incredibly scary to do, but so worth it. I don't really know where to start. I feel like I should just start from the beginning in my experience on that floor as being an inpatient nurse post-pandemic, which I kind of went over in, I'll link it here, but in the video about me first getting this job. But it's a lot. It's a lot to be an inpatient nurse in general. And by a lot, I mean mentally, physically, emotionally, everything possible. I was in probably the roughest time of my life. It literally makes me emotional to even talk about it because that's just how tough it was and draining it was on my life. One, as a new grad nurse in general, you are learning everything. Like, let's be honest, nursing school teaches you nothing. Nothing you need to know. You know the absolute basics and you rarely do those. So it's already so overwhelming and there's so much going on through your mind, what you're doing, if you're doing it right, you being scared and nervous. And on top of that, you have to put in these patients. And I know they're going through a hard time, but you're babysitting them. A lot of the times it's babysitting, making sure they don't get out of bed, wiping their butts, just making sure they're taking their pills, that they're eating, you watching them, and they're very needy. They're in the hospital, they're inpatient, they can't always do things for themselves. So you're basically doing everything for them. You are a babysitter, but you also give meds, so you are a nurse, and that's just the reality of it. And I'm gonna be honest, I questioned why I even went to nursing school. Sometimes I still do, that's always gonna happen. But I was really like, why am I doing this? Why am I a nurse? Why did I waste 4 years of my life getting a bachelor's in nursing when I despise it? And it was just, I came home from night shift. Night shift in itself is terrible. I would sleep all day because I'm up all night. I would feel literally sick to my stomach at night because you're not supposed to be up through the night like that. That's just not how your circadian rhythm is supposed to be. I was eating 1 to 2 meals a day, tops, because your eating schedule is so off. I was getting 0 sleep because it's hard to sleep during the day. I was just exhausted and drained from everything because your 12-hour days turn into 13, 14, 15-hour days depending on what's happening. Your drive there, just coming home and trying to eat, get ready for bed. You go to bed, when you wake up you have to go back to work. It's just draining. And I feel like I wasted 9 months of my life because I was just in such a dark place that I didn't do anything I wanted to. I couldn't go out with friends, I couldn't go with my boyfriend, I couldn't do hobbies and stuff that I like to do on the side because I was so drained. And it just got to me to the point where I was like, I have to apply to places and at least try to get out of here. So I did. And I am now in an outpatient infusion center where it's a cancer center mainly, but we call it the cancer/infusion center. So we mainly give chemo, but we can also give blood, antibiotics, like hydration, shots and injections, do ports, do picks, lab draws, everything of that sort. And let me tell you, the difference is insane. I have only been doing this for 2 weeks, so I'm still new, but I can't believe just the different atmosphere and the different pace and how much my life has changed since then. It is just... So I'll kind of give like a little day by day of basically what we've been doing, but my job, and I feel like a lot nowadays, are 4 10-hours in our clinic. Some are still 8-5 or 5-8s, but I have 4 10s, which I thoroughly enjoy because I still get that full 3rd day off. And a lot of times, like right now it's 6:30 at night and I technically work from 8 to 6. We get in there at 7:30 so that we can like look at our appointments, get everything ready, schedule our day out. But a lot of times our appointments are done by like 4:30, and then we finish what we need to do and we're out of there by 5 or 5:30. So I'm getting out a lot earlier than I should be, and I'm still getting paid for it. So like, that's really nice. Because in the hospital, you are usually staying a lot later than you should be, whereas here in the clinic, you're only there till your appointments are scheduled. So basically, like I said, we get in, we look at the schedule for our day, we go into each patient's charts to make sure everything's signed, all the orders are there, like basically plan out your day, which is so nice because I'm such a organized, like scheduled person that it's nice that I can know exactly what's going to happen within my workday. Whereas inpatient at the hospital, you don't know what's going to happen at all. Like, you are walking in blind every single day. Even if you have the same patients. Like, I have had patients where I've had them 2 days and I go in that 3rd night and they are declining like that. Or they passed away. Or it's a complete different patient assignment. Like, you don't know what you're walking into. Whereas this, they have scheduled things, they're getting something done or multiple things done, and they go. And that is it. So everyone comes in for their appointment, you go and get them, you bring them there, you do what you need to do, hang what you need to hang, monitor them, get vitals, and they can go. And that is it. They leave, and you finish your charting, which is 100 times, not even 10 times, 100 times easier than inpatient charting, and you don't have all that useless nonsense that you have to do. And that is your day. The most that patients ask for, I mean, obviously there's things here and there where stuff goes wrong or they have a reaction or whatever, but for the most part, they really only ask for water or a warm blanket, or if they're hungry, like a snack. Like, that is the most that you are doing for them, because they can come in an outpatient center themselves and do things for themselves, and you are there to focus on what you need to focus on, which is just so much better. Because especially for, like, I mean, it's in every specialty, but like for my specialty, chemo, I was giving chemo on the floor to 2 patients, and I would have 3-4 other patients who were calling me needing things at the same time, and it's just very unsafe. I felt like I was doing unsafe work 90% of the time. And in this case, I have usually 1 patient at a time, sometimes 2, and I can really just focus on what I need to focus on. I can learn the different chemotherapies and the different cancers, or what this injection is for, and just get to know your patients. Everyone at this infusion center knows every single patient who walks through the door. They know their life, they know what's going on with them, like everything. And it's so interactive and personal. I love it. So that's like kind of a day-to-day schedule basis thing. I don't know. I love the scheduling factor and just seeing how I'm going to plan my day and know what's going to happen. And just, I feel like I'm doing a lot less babysitting and useless work and a lot more actual nursing skills. at first I thought I was basically failing my career and my coworkers and everything by leaving inpatient bedside nursing, but in reality I'm learning so much more doing this outpatient, and I feel like I just get to gain so many more new skills. I get to have more passion being a nurse, and if you aren't happy doing what you're doing and you want to switch it, do that, because it's not only going to make you happier and better, it's going to make whatever you are doing or who you're working with or whatever, like not even just with nursing is what I'm talking about, but in general, like it's not going to make just you better, it's going to make your work better and who you're working for, who you're working with. But mental health and like emotional and all of that wise, I guess, and physical, honestly, like I get to have a normal scheduled day, which I love. I get to actually wake up early, I get to eat 3 meals a day, I get to come home to my family, I get weekends off and holidays off, so I get to spend that quality time with my family. I get 3 full days off, not those night shift days where you come home in the morning and have to sleep or either not sleep so you can actually do something that day. And I can actually have the time to do things I love and basically just find time to figure out who I am, because I definitely lost myself and just my passion and trying to figure out what I love outside of nursing before, because I was in such a bad place, whereas now I'm in such a better place that I feel like that's a lot more achievable, if that makes any sense. Physically, I'm better because of my eating habits, and I get time to go to the gym. I have so much more energy. I'm just a lot happier, and again, this isn't my dream job. I'm going to be completely honest. Not every nurse will say this to you, but this isn't my dream job. I have learned that being a nurse is not like my holy grail career out there, and there are a lot of other things that I would like to do with myself, but I am very happy to be a nurse, and eventually I would love to work part-time as a nurse and part-time doing another passion of mine. But this increased my passion for nursing so much more, and I'm so happy with what I'm doing. And I'm not telling you to do outpatient or anything and that is gonna change your life for the better. It has a good possibility to, but that's not what I'm saying. If you want to switch, if you are unhappy doing what you're doing, if you are a travel nurse or a float nurse and that's just not what you want to do, or you are an inpatient oncology nurse and you want to be in ICU so bad, or you want to switch to labor and delivery or outpatient, or even something else completely different, like not nursing anymore, do it. It's scary as hell, but it will make your life so much better. And I really wish I knew that earlier, even though I've only been a nurse for 9 months. I wish I knew that earlier, because I would have done it so much earlier. And whatever you are doing, you are helping people, you are being a nurse, and that is what matters. It doesn't matter what kind of nurse. You're not failing yourself, you're not failing your career or your degree. You are being a nurse and you are helping someone, and that is what being a nurse is about. And apply this to other jobs too. If you aren't a nurse watching this, I mean, I don't know if I'd be watching this if I wasn't a nurse, but if you aren't a nurse and you're watching this, like, apply that to yourself and your own job as well. But yeah, I don't know if there's too much else I want to say right now. Like I said, I'm still very early into this new career of mine, but it has changed my life so much already, and I'm just very grateful that I decided to take that step forward and take that leap of faith, even though I was terrified to do it, because my life has changed so much since I've done it. Like I said, physically, mentally, emotionally, everything you can think of, so much, just because of how much happier I am, how much more passion I have, and how different my schedule is, just all those factors. So I just want to give a little update of inpatient versus outpatient and changing your job and all of that. So if you ever have questions, to comment down below, DM me, whatever. I know I have a small following, but like, seriously, if you have questions, you want to talk to someone about it, need help, you need encouragement, whatever it is, I'm here and I will help you, because I wish that I had that support too. But with that said, follow your dreams. It's cliche, it's cheesy, I know, but do it. Do what's gonna make you happy, not what you think is gonna make others happy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, like it, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one.
I don't think it'll help to be just boxed in your room. It's not like you to lose.